Hi, everybody. Okay, this is my first live video, but that's not what this is about. It's not about being live. What this is about is I'm going to teach you kind of the basics about how to channel a message from spirit. Okay, so this is just going to literally be the basics of it. You know, Spirit's been over here talking to me in my ear, and they're saying, do a video to show these people what it's like to channel spirit, how to channel spirit. I personally believe every single one of us is capable of doing this. We all were born with this ability. Every single one of us. All right, so to channel a message from spirit, how do we do this? Okay, well, how do I do it? What I do is I set my scene. I like to set my scene and be ready. So what I do is I will start with some sage. I'll take some sage. All right, if you've been following me, if you kind of know what this is about, sage will cleanse your area. You know, you can use Palo Santo too. You can use kind of whatever you want to do, whatever protection technique you want to do. So I set my scene. I take my sage, I burn it, and I just kind of move it around me. The ritual that I practice actually is I'll take my sage and I'll say, all evil must leave, only light and love remain. All evil must leave, only light and love remain. And as a side note, I need to tell you that when I'm channeling and when I'm doing this, I am vibrating at a specific level. I'm resonating at a good beneficial level. So by me channeling and protecting myself, I'm not opening up doors to evil. I'm not asking evil to come in. I'm not asking negative energies or entities to come in. And by protecting myself, I'm not protecting myself because I'm trying to ward this away from me. So as a little side note, I should say that when I'm about to channel, I'm asking good energy to come in. I'm asking a Holy Spirit to come in, higher self, whatever that is. I'm asking a source that is beneficial and positive to come in. Because I'm not resonating at a level of asking negative entities to come in, negative entities will not come in. I hope that's kind of clear for you guys. All right, so I burned my sage. Got my sage going. Got my sage going. You know, and I just love the way this smells. The people in my family, not so much. My mom, yes. My husband, no. He thinks I'm burning leaves or burning the house down. Anyway, sage. Got my sage. Got my sage. Scene is set to channel. So this is really just going to be a quick reference. I also like to have a couple different modalities with me in front of me. Not only do I channel with all my clair abilities, but I also channel by using cards, and I also channel by using my pendulum. Any cards that you have, whatever resonates with you, whatever feels good, tarot cards, Work-Your-Light cards, I mean, whatever works is good. These are actually really good cards to use. I feel like a lot of people use these. These are really good starter cards. I think specifically because they say Archangel on them. You know, they're good cards. They're beautiful cards. They're easy to use. Let's just go ahead and pull them out and show them off a little bit. Bunch of different cards here. You got all your cards. And when you pull the card, it's an angel. It relates to angel specific. Sorry if you can't see that, but it also has a little meaning under it. So that's one of the modalities I like to use. And when I was first learning to channel, what I would do is I would do a read for somebody, right? And I would shuffle my cards just like this. And shuffle them just like this. This is what I would do. Shuffle through, and I'd pull a card, whatever one felt good. And then when I do the read, I would hold this card, and I would read it, crystal clear intentions, and it says Archangel Michael, which is good because he's the angel of protection. Be clear about what you desire and focus upon it without unwavering faith. So what I would do is I would include my clair abilities, the information that I'm getting from spirit, with the card. I would let this be my foundation, and I would start to receive message. If you don't know anything about the clair abilities, there's 8 different abilities. Well, there's many, but there's 8 basic ones, 5 major ones. Sometimes you can call it 4 major ones because clair empathy can be considered just being empathic. Anyway, going on, how to channel. So I can use my cards to channel, or I can use my pendulum to channel. So if people have yes or no questions, I'll use my pendulum and I'll ask for yes or no specific questions or specific answers. You know, if it swings like this, it's a yes. If it swings like that, it's a no. That is specific just to me. Yes and no. So I got my cards, got my pendulum, my scene's set, I've done my protection. Okay, so what am I going to do to channel? How am I going to channel message from spirit? Okay, so what this is, if you are clairvoyant, claircognizant, clairaudient, clairsalience, clairtangency, I mean, whichever clair it is that you have, you could have many. What you're going to do is you're going to pick up this information after you set your scene for your body. For me, specifically, I can make myself go into a meditative state while still being actively present in my body. So what I've done to do this, moving on from the modalities. What I've done to do this is I have practiced meditation and I've practiced breathing, and I'm able to kind of slow myself down. So in a sense, what this feels like to me is when, let's say, when I'm being me and I'm talking, I can talk real fast and I kind of get the message across and I kind of have a conversation with you. But when I'm channeling, it's almost like my body gets filled up with spirit. It's like I come down just a little bit, like whoop, 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 just down a little bit. My vibration lowers just a little bit. I guess like my brain waves slow down a little bit, something along those lines. So what happens is I'm able to slow the thought process down and I'm able to let spirit come in. So if I'm going to have a conversation, I will hear clairaudient messages from spirit. So if somebody's asking me a question about something specific, I can have my own interpretation of it from my mind, but then I will also have spirit information come in clairaudiently. So for instance, with clairaudient, the way to tell the difference, the way to channel the message from spirit is to know that you have your own thoughts, and then the other thoughts are the thoughts from spirit. And that goes a lot deeper into being able to understand what spirit's telling you and knowing the difference between your thoughts and spirit thoughts. So a way to practice this is to just have a conversation with spirit. Be like, okay, spirit, set your scene, and be like, okay, spirit, I need to talk with you. Okay, please tell me, please help me to confirm that you are here with me. And then what you're going to hear is you're going to start to hear thoughts in your head. If you're clairaudient, you're going to start to hear thoughts in your head. So for me, with clairaudience, spirit will be like, yes, I'm here. And it's almost like I'm hearing it in my head, but in the back of my head. Like it's like they're standing back here, but inside my head. Okay, so I know that sounds crazy. I know that sounds strange, but I promise if you practice this and you just, put some exercises out there and just keep doing it, it will build and you will start to notice the difference. It is such a slight difference in how you're feeling right now to how you feel when you're in spirit. But the more you do it, the better you're going to get at it. And the better you're going to be able to know the difference between your thoughts and spirit thoughts. Your voice, spirit voice, your memories for clairvoyance, and spirit memories. So it's going to take practice. And I promise in the very beginning, you're probably going to have doubt and you're probably going to be like, oh, this is crazy. Oh, I feel nuts doing this, because I think the best of us, most of us have those thoughts. And that is just your ego self. That's your ego coming through saying you're not capable. But you know what? That's ego's job. And that's what ego does. That's what ego is there for, is to hold you down and keep you down. And it's completely normal. It's completely normal. It's completely natural. So for the people that don't think they can do this, you can do this. And you're not crazy. And you might feel a little nuts doing it, just like I did in the beginning. I remember in the very beginning, I used to watch videos, hear people talk, and I'd be like, oh my gosh, that chick's nuts. But now I'm like, wow, I am that chick. I am that chick. Like I can do that. I am that person. And it's amazing. It's amazing. Like this whole spiritual world, this spiritual awakening, it's phenomenal. It's really cool. So, I'm not really good at keeping notes or hitting bullet points. So I really kind of hope that I hit on every little bit that I needed to there. If I didn't, just stay tuned. I'm going to put out a lot of information coming up in the next whenever. Days, months, I don't know, whatever. If you guys want more information about how to learn how to channel, how to figure out what your clairability is, I do teach a course, kelseylindsay.com. In the notes below, I'll probably try to figure out how to put my website on there. This is literally my first live video, so I'm not quite sure how to do that. Anyway, point is, we are all psychic. We are all spiritual beings. We are all divine. Spirit wants us to be able to do this. It is not just restricted for a limited few people. We all have the ability. Cool. Yeah, so that's how I channel. That's how I channel. I set the scene, I lower my vibration, and I recognize spirit above myself versus myself. Yeah, it took practice, and I was able to do it. You can do it too. It's pretty easy. Pretty easy. Yeah, just got to practice. Okay, I think that's all I've got to say for today. Yeah, blessed be. Namaste, you guys. Yeah, let's end.